Bakugan? The answer is Bakugan. Let me explain. First, let's discuss, what is an anime game? Well, it's a game based on an anime, right? But is it really that simple? We have basic anime games, such as the Naruto Storm games, or any Dragon Ball game, but what about something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel? While other Yu-Gi-Oh! Games incorporate the anime protagonists, Master Duel is a pure dueling sim. So where does it land? These questions are important because Bakugan is an opposite to Master Duel. Originally, Bakugan as a game and IRL brand is from Spin Master, a Canadian company, while the video game's characters, besides you the protagonist, are all taken from the anime. So would you classify it as an anime game? Anime games mostly follow under a few different formulas. We have most shonen games that tend to boil down into fighting games, the waifu collectors for any gacha game for that matter that are mostly mobile, the RPG-esque games like Pokemon and the Fairy Tail game you probably didn't know existed. But the one I think that this one falls under is the playable collectible card video game. One that I think Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon TCG, and even Duel Masters, remember that show, fall under. If that's all this was, a decent adaptation of a beloved childhood show, then I wouldn't be making this video. No, it is because the adaptation is above expectations that this video is being made. The Bakugan Battle Brawlers game was released on separate consoles, most notably the PS3 and Wii. Why is this important? It is due to the fact that on either PS3 or Wii you can control the Bakugan with motion controls, rather than just a whole analog, which is already something that I didn't think needed to be done but was done nonetheless. Now, is this really the best made game? No. Is it the best anime game like I've claimed it to be? Probably not. Am I still biased? Yes. The way I see it, most anime games hardly do anything to change the formula they fall into. And while it isn't necessarily a bad thing to deliver on exact expectations, looking at you Pokemon, you must applaud when it does happen. The Bakugan card game is notorious for being a little more complex than others, but within the tutorial of Battle Brawlers, the entire game is made simple and fun. From learning about gate cards and how to place them and various ways to throw your Bakugan. These are just scratching the surface of what this game provides as a bonus to just having a good Bakugan game. I'm going to take this time now to go through the game's mechanics and the things they added to make it a more enjoyable game. The goal of the game is to collect 3 gate cards. These gate cards are obtained through 2 different methods, battles and double stands. Battles are a bit more complicated, so let's start with double stands. At the start of the match, each person places a gate card the furthest from them on a 2x2 area in the middle of the arena. The mode determines how many people are playing and placing gate cards. These modes are 1v1, tag team, and 4-player free-for-all. Once the beginning gate cards are set, you always go first, which allows you to either throw one of your 3 Bakugan or set another gate card. If you choose to set another gate card, then you throw your Bakugan afterwards. Once you land on a gate card, that's called a stand. When you land 2 Bakugan on the same card, that is called a double stand. From here, you can either take the card or move your Bakugan onto a card that's directly touching. Battles can start one of 2 ways. One is by casually rolling onto the same gate card as an opponent, or vice versa. Or 2, chuck your Bakugan like you're in the MLB and obliterate your opponent. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on your Bakugan stats, which are upgradable. Another system in this game that I think didn't need to be added, but was added anyway. Once you enter a battle, the effects of the gate cards can vary from a general boost to specific Bakugan boosts. Same with the 3 effect cards you are given. Once you and your opponent are done beefing up your Bakugan, you play a minigame, where the better you play, the more BP you get, and the highest number at the end wins. Each Bakugan in the game has its own 3D model and attack animation. That's pretty neat. There are 2 more things I want to touch on when it comes to battles. One is that yes, you can pick your starter Bakugan typing, although this doesn't change much in normal battles. However, when you upgrade a Bakugan to a certain level, you unlock a special throw depending on the typing you choose. Another thing is that there is an arena for each of the elements and they all look spectacular. Each of them have many different ways to collect more BP, and you can also pick up special cards that have effects to affect your opponent, such as inverted controls. The OSTs for each arena are also nothing to scoff at. Outside of battles, you can visit the shop to upgrade your deck and whatnot. There's also a perk you can re-battle people you have faced in the past. You can go to tournaments, which are this game's way to progress the story. The story follows you, a new player to Bakugan who's recently befriended Dan and has found a unique Bakugan named Leonidas. Outside the main story, which is about 4 to 5 hours of content, the time it takes to collect every card in Bakugan in the game is well worth the money spent. Overall, while it may not be the best or most people's preferred game, it still innovates on Bakugan and probably does so more than other games do for their genre. You can't find a game quite like Bakugan Battle Brawlers.